안녕하세요. Hallyu Reviews입니다.
Hey y'all, I'm Shamra, and I'm here with my girl Sabrina, and we are Hallyu Reviews, two Americans who are swept up in their Korean wave as it reaches across the globe. We have a love of all Korean music, and we are reacting to ATEEZ and Yeosang's newest release of Legacy.
Yes. And if you're wondering about the makeup, we are doing our Halloween reactions for the month of October. But on our ATEEZ channel, when they release something new, I don't care if it's Christmas Day, we are going to do our best to react to it in whatever holiday fashion it is. So also, I just sort of feel like Legacy fits like an October release, which is probably why it came out in October. So we have personal experience with this, having not only heard the song on the In Your Fantasy Golden Hour Part 3, but also having seen it in concert. And he did an amazing job. And I have said from like the preview of this song that it feels like an epic journey kind of song, that it was like worthy of like Lord of the Rings or like The Hobbit or something, just like it just feels like we're marching to something. So I'm very excited to see what concept they go. I've been warned by my fellow ATEEZ that we see a shirtless Yeosang, so prepare yourselves, everyone. I was gonna say ladies, but no, I'm an equal opportunity, all of us, we need to prepare ourselves. If you have not seen the video, I have not watched it, obviously heard the song, but it is Yeosang with the ponytail and shirtless for at least part of the song. I don't know if it's just a snippet, but I've already seen it.
We're getting shirtless Mingi, shirtless Yeosang. Okay.
Oh, we need a Jungho now. Are we going to see him shirtless? Probably not.
I think ATEEZ would have a heart attack if they saw.
If we got Hongjung and Jungho without
Jungho shirtless.
Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I actually think I saw a meme about that earlier, and it was showing like Songhwa without a shirt and Yeosang without a shirt and Sani and then it was like, I think Yunus was like loading, but it was like 75%. Like we've gotten him almost shirtless.
We've got him almost. Like we've got the collarbones and the neck.
Yeah, and he's getting ready where like you kind of see from then he's like, oh, like we're the ones looking at him. You're the one who posted it online, sir. But then like even I think with Jungho and Hongjung's is just like spiraling. Like there's nothing loaded. And then like Jungho, like have we seen something? Because it was like 25%. So there must have been in the pool. He's wearing a t-shirt. Because like Lemon Drop, those are the three members I think wearing t-shirts are, Hongjung and Jungho. I think everybody else is topless, aren't they?
I think, is Mingi shirtless?
He has a button up over top of it, but it's open.
Okay, you're right.
So we've definitely still seen him.
Oh yeah.
He has the whole, what they call it, nipplegate, like where both of his nipples show. Which in the US is not a big deal, but it's so funny how it was such a big deal for Korea. So anyway, okay, well, very excited. I should cut all that out. It has nothing to do with this.
But it's funny.
But it's funny. So, okay, we are who we are. All right, let's take a listen. Oh, look how it looks like wings.
Oh, it does.
In the shadow. Cool.
That almost looks like the same outfit he wore on concert stage.
It did, except it wasn't as long and flowy. And I think it was dark. I like that he's on the ground.
Ooh. We saw that in concert. I'm so glad they included that in there. Oh
my God, it's black and white. Oh! Told you, it's a journey.
It's so poetic.
Really reminds me of Jimin's style of dancing. So did he just shed his skin?
It looks like yeah.
It's all white. I like the lighting transition with that.
Ooh. It's almost like a heartbeat, a pulse.
I like that choice. Ooh, I like that choice at the end.
Okay, so I didn't say this, but it looked like he had 7 backup dancers.
He probably did.
Like 4 and then 3, which is so, like, it's so perfect because as a total it makes 8. And I just, I love
I know
that.
the members of BTS, they do that often. You see them dancing with 6 members because they're 7. So I like that. It's a nice little nod to always like having kind of that group behind them. But okay, so when we saw this in concert, I'm going to admit it wasn't my favorite of the performances. Not because it wasn't a good performance, but there were just some of the others were so like engaging, and I was so like Roar, I like so much better now having seen it in concert, and in 01 the same. Like it was like a rave happening. So I liked Legacy when I heard it on the album. So when I saw it in concert, I liked it, but it didn't stand out to me. That, however, took it to like another level.
I was going to say the same
storytelling
thing.
in
I was
it
going to say the same thing.
is just so apparent.
You know how we'll watch the music video and we're like, okay, that was good. But then we see it in concert. It's like, oh my gosh, that made it come to life. I almost feel the opposite. Like this made that song come to life. It gave it the story that it needed.
Yes.
And just kind of the element of
I
just,
think so.
I don't know, but it tied in so well also to the concert performance that we've already seen in terms of just some of the same choreographies and some of the same movements and just the same power. Like, it made it feel alive.
This is a nice balance between powerful Yeosang and like that soft, almost like whispering like Yeosang. And I think that dichotomy, like we don't talk about that a lot with Yeosang. I feel like this one does a really good job showing that like that balance between him always feeling like he's a Doberman and yet ATEEZ often calling him a Maltese. Like I feel like we saw both sides of that because he's delivering with that really like soft, angelic. I mean, you saw the wings in the shadow. Like that really stood out to me in the beginning, and like the lighting from behind. If you're lit from behind, that allows you to have kind of those shadows or the backlighting, so you have like a silhouette. And so I liked how that started off like really soft. He's wearing like, even though you're seeing his abs, which are obviously hard, but like you're seeing the creams and the flowier clothes. And then as it like goes on his like journey, his little epic journey or whatever, he literally like everything gets more forceful. The dancing becomes more forceful. I think the lighting changes.
The layer.
He sheds that layer, which then he ends up putting it back on. That would be my one complaint is he sheds the layer, which felt very, and not just because I wanted to see his like body, but like I feel like that was a moment in the song,
agreed.
And so it felt like he was shedding it, and then he put it back on for like, and so I don't know. It felt. Visually, I felt like there should have been something, like even if he had kind of like a Songhwa type shirt where it had like the chainmail or something, but the chainmail would have been too rough.
Like it should have just kind of stayed off even,
or even if he had just like opened it. And so in the beginning he had like a shirt and then like the jacket. So even if the shirt had come off and so he still had the jacket on, but like this was bare, then it's like he shed, or he took like the jacket off and then all he had was like that peekaboo like top, something like that. But the fact that it completely came off and then he ended with it back on. Felt, obviously it's all filmed at once, they cut it together, whatever, but just storytelling wise, I liked that idea. It felt very symbolic that he was like shedding a layer and then it was back on. There were a lot of things about this choreography that I didn't notice or make the connections when I was watching it in concert, but whoever choreographed this, it reminded me many times as I was watching it of Set Me Free, Jimin's Set Me Free, where you're saying like a group, there were a lot of like formations being made. Jimin is hands down, in my humble opinion, I would say the best dancer in K-pop in that he can do so many different types of dance. Like he incorporates them so seamlessly. So like he will do like this contemporary, but then like there's like the hard hip hop in the middle of it, and he goes back and forth, and I love that because that's very hard to do. I can't tell you speaking from personal experience, but from what you've said, what from others have said, that's extremely difficult. And I liked because we got that a lot in this performance. I felt like we got to see Yeosang like on the ground. We had different levels.
He was
literally down on the ground.
There was a lot of layers.
And then he came up. You had all of those like group formations. Like this was just very impressive. And I feel like we've always known this about Yeosang, but I know that it's a lot of people like underestimate him. They don't give him the credit where it's due. I love the tone of his voice. Like this just felt like an epic song that was perfect for him. Though I do have one question. Why was proof? Why was that P capitalized? What are they talking about?
Ooh, I don't know.
Which would make it like a proper noun.
A proper noun.
So we know it was written by Hongjung, so I'm like, is there a connection here? Because he doesn't do anything accidentally.
He doesn't do anything accidentally, that's true.
Or
He's
is
very
this
much
just
like GD in terms of that.
Mm-hmm. Or was it just a translation, like subtitle thing? But it was done repetitively. Like it was constantly written as a capital P. So I just thought that like the
I think that's interesting
thing.
that you paid attention to that. And normally I'm the one who pays attention to those, and I didn't even notice it. So
yeah, I normally don't look at the lyrics all that often. If you know our channel, you know that's true. Like I'm usually not paying attention to the words, but for whatever reason, like it just kept catching my eye that P was capitalized. So I have questions like, why? What does it mean? So I love this. I thought this was perfect. And we didn't point this out at the beginning, but this is listed as a present. So I thought we were getting all the solo performances from the In Your Fantasy tour, but now I'm not so certain because we've already gotten a present from, we've already gotten a present from Hongjung. Was it Hongjung or was it San? San was a present. His snowflake was a present. So are we not going to get Creep? Are we not going to get Slide to Me? Like, because I think this is now Roar was not a present. It was part of Desire Project. And Autobahn was part of Desire Project. So
I wonder
what
if that's
present are we getting from Mingi?
Mingi kind of did that separately in terms of.
He did.
Okay, interesting.
Because it's listed. Like you can now download Desire Project, by the way.
But Uyung's was
Sagittarius. It was listed as a present. And then we got that as a solo song. But it was already a present. So
it's true.
I'm really, really curious why these things are listed the way that they are. Because I think we're going to get an album with the presents. But Sagittarius has already been released.
It is interesting. And it adds a little element of, will we or won't we?
I loved this performance of Yeosang. I thought it
it really brought the concept to life.
It really did. Yeah. Yep. Made it
and it was
even better.
So well done. So well done. It was so poetic. Like it was so, you could tell the energy and the effort that he put into this was just fabulous.
And I also feel a little bit of his confidence coming out.
Yes.
Because we've noted that with the MMA performance where he had like the solo dance performance. And it was like one of the first times where we've gotten a chance to kind of see that. And he was so nervous. We watched the behind the scenes and he was just really nervous about it and wasn't sure he could pull it off. And everyone was like, you've got this, you can do it. And he did a phenomenal job because he can do this.
He can.
And so it was really nice to see kind of his confidence in this particular video because it was just him and the backup dancers. And I want to give bad props to the backup dancers because they did a phenomenal job during the concert as well. But I think that even in this MV, everything seemed sharper and clearer. And it could have been my angle because I was a little bit off I was straight on, but a little bit to the side. And so like when they come around him and stuff, like I couldn't see him straight on. Whereas with this, I really could, like they weren't covering him up. It was,
they did a great job.
So if you are fans of Yeosang or ATEEZ, make sure that you like and subscribe down below so you can see more of our Yeosang or ATEEZ content as it's coming out. We have had a request for, I think he did a solo like variety show or solo appearance.
For Yeosang?
For Yeosang,
okay.
Yeah. And so we are going to get to that. We are just focusing on the month of October as much as we can on Halloween related content, but we will be sure that is on our list and want you to think that we forgot. And we will be checking that out soon. So very excited.
If you like drama, make sure you check out Hallyu Reviews where we tell you which dramas to watch, must watch, or completely skip. Until next time, annyeong.